Dude, there's a lot of pedals here, and I am, coming up to 40. I'm actually 37. I think I'm actually 36. I keep on forgetting how old I am. So I'm going to have a word with my wife. And but anyway, so I'm nearly 40. There's a lot of knobs and buttons here, right? So just for all us, old dudes, oldish dudes anyway, just give me a brief rundown of what the heck is going on.
This is my T65. It's a parallel octave.
And what is parallel?
Parallel octave, let me tell you. Instead of having a clean blend on your distortion, this gives you the option to have a clean sub under your distortion.
Okay.
Or you can have clean sub under anything. You can have it under modulation, under delay. You can have your whole pedal board inside the loop if you wanted.
So is that with the concept being if you put effects on a bass signal, you're going to lose bottom end, so that's where that comes in?
That's part of it, yeah. It's also a way that you can combine it with a fuzz or a distortion. You can just create a really, really massive, thick tone.
Right,
it can be brutal, it can be subtle, and with the adjustable filter as well, you can change kind of the era of the octave. You can have it very, very kind of buzzy and gnarly, through to full just sub.
Just sub, yeah.
Yeah. So this is just the octave down. And that's with the filter rolled all the way off.
Yeah.
You can see it gets dirtier as you take the filter off. Like say all the way back to just sub.
Yeah.
And then if we add some distortion in there as well.
Oh, nice.
And it's less of an issue when you've got a distortion pedal going, but sometimes if you've got a lot of clean octave, sometimes in a band mix it can be mushing down a lot. So I've got an octave up on there as well, which it's slightly dirty just to give it a bit of bite. And in a band mix, it really helps you cut through.
Okay.
This is literally two Knightfalls in one. It's a distortion pedal. And
so two distortion pedals in one box?
In one box, yeah. The idea being that this is, once you've got jacks inserted, this is about the same size footprint as a single Knightfal, because you've got the north mounted jacks. And the way that it was designed is so that you can have either a low gain channel or a high gain channel. You can put them together. It just gives you a lot of options.
Oh, so you can switch between the two, or you can have both on at the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
So generally what I would do is I would run this first channel a little bit dark without too much gain.
Yeah, okay,
So
it's just
kind of
breaking up,
rounds
yeah.
And then the second channel, a bit more
yeah.
high bore. And then you push this one into it.
Okay.
And you can start getting really fat but really gnarly at the same time. This is based on the old school Rat.
Oh, yeah, I used to have one then when I was a guitar player, yeah.
So yeah, there's no nicety, there's no that nice clean valve sound or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is just for the dirt. Now what's different about this is I've got a clean blend on here which is filtered, so you can adjust how much of a blend there is, but also how much low end you roll off. So if I totally kill the dirt, so you've got really, really heavily filtered, just low end. So you can add that to the dirt of the Rat without kind of...
Oh, yeah.
You're not adulterating the high end on the dirt. So you've still got that upper mid nastiness, but you've got a really, really fat bottom end.
You can really hear the bottom end actually.
Because if you knock it down to just a traditional rat, this is with the blend totally off. Sounds great, but it's missing the oomph underneath it. And just pulling it back to there, you know,
Brings that bottom end in.
It tames it a bit, certainly, but you get that added back in. This is designed to be dark. It's nothing to do with the name Darklighter. That is all about the Star Wars, because I am a massive Star Wars geek.
Star Wars geek.
So the idea was to have something where you could have a thick, full overdrive that would be kind of like your core tone. You could easily have that as an always-on drive.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Now it's got a very similar blend section from the TK421X, in that you can totally dial down and have just low end in there.
Right, yeah, it's just that, yeah.
Versus unfiltered there. So normally I set this about midday.
Yeah, it's quite mellow, isn't it? I like it, yeah. Compared with this one.
Yeah,
It's more mellower, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
More mellower? That's why I should have gone to school more.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, it's nicer, isn't it? It's still got that bottom end as well.
And you can add in a lot more bite in there if you want.
Oh, yeah.
But similarly, you can have it dark and have it sit underneath the rest of the band. And even at full bore, it's just not designed to do high gain. I mean, there's that for when you want that.
Oh, it's a nice. Really nice down low, actually. Nice.
Now this is two channel, very much like the other Knightfal, in that you only have one channel at a time.
Right. Okay.
With shared EQ, which is the same tone control as in the dual Knightfal, and a voice control, which adjusts the how much low end is going into the clipping circuit.
Okay.
So if we turn that on, green is over here. So again, it's not designed for really high bore.
Yeah.
But generally, the idea was to have a two-channel setup where you can have that as your always-on sound, and then you can kick up to a higher gain sound as well, with the difference being not that great in terms of tone. So in fact, we'll just turn them both up a little bit. So there's kind of like your clean tone.
Yeah.
And then you move up to that. So in a band, you can have it where you've got your clean sound, then when you need more for the chorus or under the solo, etc., you just kick up.
Stick it on, yeah.
So that'd be your clean tone, and I'd say the tone control works exactly the same as this. That it just literally adds high end, but the voice changes the. So you're getting a lot dirtier as you push more bass in there. You can turn the voice all the way down, and then you actually get.
Okay, yeah.
Gets quite gnarly.
Gnarly, isn't it?
Yeah. And then at the far end, you're really kind of pushing it.
Yeah. I love that one.
This is the Grand Tarkin. This is based on the old green muff, but with some changes, these two. Now, this has got a similar blend section to these guys, but the filter on this is fixed because I spent a long time finding like the perfect place for it.
Right, okay.
Whereas with this one particularly, there are lots of different places on this filter control where you can find like a really good sound for that particular thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas there's the one where it is just that perfect sweet spot. So this is everything at 12. We'll pull some level up. In fact, we'll turn the blend all the way off. So with the mids off, this is kind of like your traditional big muff tone.
Yeah.
But you can bring some mids in, and it gets a lot less smooth, a lot more aggressive.
I actually think that one retains kind of sort of like that smoothness though. Even though it's kind of, you know, it's got that grit as well. Or maybe it's just because I'm loving the Pearl Jam, I don't know.
That will always win with me, so don't worry about that. But because of the way that blend works, you can have a really, really, really nasty, bitey tone at the top.
Yeah.
But there's still an absolute ton of low end there. So I mean, if you turn the blend off there, this is what the dirt sound is doing on that.
Yeah.
And it's also remarkably quiet.
My overall impression of the sound is absolutely badass. Like, I am not super into effects. It's something that I really need to explore as a bass player. Like, I have my effects that I use, which is sort of like, you know, Boss OC2,
right?
DS1,
yeah.
You know, all, you know, the sort of like, I don't know, the stuff that I was given years ago that just happened to be lying around. But like looking at these, it's just a completely different level. It's just, you know, there's so much thought gone in. I think there's just a real natural progression that's gone on with the development of effects that can be really seen with what you've done here. Like really, really good.
Cool, cheers.
Yeah, seriously good.